Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So today, inshallah, we are going to start the chapter Structural Properties of Matter. The first topic that we have in this chapter is intermolecular force. Okay. Now, when a train runs between two cities, it is said intercity train. So intermolecular force, I think you understand what we mean by it, right? When a force acts between two molecules, that is called intermolecular force, right? So intermolecular force means the force between the molecules. As you can see, I have drawn several molecules here, right? There are several molecules. I have shaded them. Now we want to understand the nature, okay, of this intermolecular force. We know that some force exists between them. Now we want to understand the nature of it, okay. Till now, we knew that the force, intermolecular force, is only force of attraction, but this is not true. Okay, there are some repulsion forces also. Okay, to understand this one, a spring theory has been generated actually. Spring theory. Okay, that means we will consider or we imagine the system of the molecule joined by springs. Okay, now, what happens in case of a spring? When you expand it, what happens? It tries to come back, right? You will feel like that some attraction force has been generated between them and it wants to come closer. And when you compress it, what happens? It wants to expand, right? So whatever you do, the force that is generated within it is opposite to that one, right? Now, we know that there are three states of material: solid, liquid, and gas. At first, we will talk about solid state. Okay. In solid state, we know that the molecules are very tightly attached, and what happens? They don't have much space or opportunity to vibrate, right? Still, they vibrate with a very low amplitude. Okay. Now, think about it in this way. If I want to compress this system, that means I'm trying to bring the molecules closer to each other. What will happen? If you feel that these are springs, then you will understand that it wants to spring back to the original position. That means when you are trying to compress it, it doesn't want to, the molecules, you will feel like the molecule doesn't want to come closer to each other. Rather, they are repulsing each other. They are forcing each other to go away, right? So when the distance, just give me, okay. So as I was saying, when you try to bring the molecules closer to each other, there is some repulsion force generated. They want to go away from each other. And when you try to expand it, that means if you hold these two molecules and want to take them apart, a force of attraction generates between them. Okay, and they want to come closer to each other. Do you understand my point? While vibrating, this is actually happening. Okay, when let us say the vibration is taking place, this molecule is vibrating in this way. Okay, so what will happen? This molecule is also vibrating. So while vibrating, when they move away from each other, a force of attraction is generated, and due to this force of attraction, they come closer to each other. But when they come closer to each other, a force of repulsion is generated, and as a result, they again go back. Okay, so you see, in this way the vibration takes place. Can you picture it? Can you imagine it?
Yes.
Okay, so through this spring system, it's very much comprehensible. That is why I drew this on the board. Okay, so the relation between the molecules or the intermolecular force can be explained in this way for solid. Okay, so they vibrate from each other. I actually remember this one, using a practical example, which is like, divorced husband and wife. Okay, so when they are divorced, they move away from each other. So when they move away from each other, they start missing each other. They tend to remember the good things or good characteristics of each other, and they feel some attraction force. And due to this attraction force, they start coming closer to each other again. And when they start coming closer to each other, then they suddenly remember why they broke up in the first place. Okay, why they got divorced in the first place. They remember that, oh, for this reason I hate him actually. So they again generate a repulsion force between them and then move away from each other. Do you understand it? Do you find the similarity of the example that I gave with this system? When they are moving away, attracted. When they come closer, repulsion. Attraction, repulsion.
Yes.
Attraction, repulsion. Okay, so like this. Now we can understand that in between there is a equilibrium position. Which one is the equilibrium position? Let us try to understand. When the distance increases between them, the attraction force is higher and the repulsion force is smaller. But as they come closer to each other, the attraction force decreases and the repulsion force increases. And when they come closer, very close to each other, what happens? The repulsion force is maximum and the attraction force is minimum. And again, when they want to go away from each other, again the repulsion force decreases and the attraction increases. Do you understand this increase and decrease? Okay. So while moving, you understand that there should be a point where the attraction and repulsion force will be equal to each other. Do you understand this one?
Yes. Yeah.
So
কখনো তো হবে না, ইকুইলিব্রিয়ামে তো হবে না।
তো এই যে এটা হয়, এই যে যখন ভাইব্রেশন হয় না, এই যে দুইটা মনে করো ভাইব্রেশন হচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? তো ভাইব্রেশনের সময় যখন ওই একজন আরেকজন থেকে দূরে চলে যায়, তখন অ্যাট্রাকশন ফোর্সটা রিপালশন ফোর্স থেকে হাইয়ার থাকে, যে কারণে ওরা আবার কাছাকাছি আসে। ওকে, দেন কাছাকাছি যখন আসতে থাকে, অ্যাট্রাকশন ফোর্সটা কমতে থাকে, রিপালশন ফোর্সটা বাড়তে থাকে। দেখো রিপালশন ফোর্স কম, অ্যাট্রাকশন ফোর্স বেশি। আমরা যখন মলিকিউলগুলো কাছাকাছি আসবে, অ্যাট্রাকশন ফোর্স কমতে থাকবে, রিপালশন ফোর্স বাড়তে থাকবে, এবং একটা সিচুয়েশন আসবে বা একটা পজিশন আসবে যে পজিশনে অ্যাট্রাকশন এন্ড রিপালশন ফোর্স একটা ইকুয়াল হবে। কারেক্ট?
ওকে,
Yes.
and at that position is called equilibrium position. এটা যদি গ্রাফের মাধ্যমে দেখানো হয়, তোমাদের এখানে একটা গ্রাফ ড্র করা আছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি। ওকে, তো এখানে আসলে এটাকে এভাবে দেখানো হয়েছে, এই যে এরকম ভাবে গ্রাফটা দেখানো হয়েছে। তো along x-axis we have put the distance r, and along y-axis we have put the force. So there is a point, there is a distance at which the force is 0, right? On x-axis the value of y is 0. So at this point the value of force is 0. That means at this point the attraction and repulsion force, they balance each other. Attraction force tries to bring closer, repulsion force tries to get them separated, right? So when these two forces are balanced by each other, that situation is here. Okay, and that distance, okay, the value of the distance here is known as r naught. Okay, we represent it by r naught, and we say that this is the equilibrium position. Okay, now till now we discussed about solid. Okay, in solid there is vibration, and while vibrating, what is happening here we understood, right? Now let us think about, we are going to liquid. How we can go to liquid? How you can turn a solid into liquid? You have to provide, huh?
ও আমি ভাবছিলাম হিটিং, কিন্তু মলিকিউল গুলো ছড়ায়।
কি বলছো তুমি?
হিটিং।
Heating, that is the answer.
এটাই বলছিলাম।
Obviously heating. Only by heating, actually there are some other factor might be, but mainly what we consider that by heating a solid can be turned into liquid. So while you are heating it, you are providing heat energy. So as you are providing energy, that energy will be converted into kinetic energy of this molecule. As the kinetic energy has increased, what will happen? They will start to vibrate, with larger velocity, right? With larger amplitude now. Now what will happen? They will start to overcome the force between them, the bonding between them. Okay, in solid state the amplitude was very small, okay, very small vibration, but as you are providing energy, it will gain the energy and convert it into kinetic energy, and now it will start to oscillate with higher amplitude. Okay, so as a result what will happen? এই যে মাঝখানে যে স্প্রিংটা আছে, দেখো এই স্প্রিংটাকে যদি আমরা এইভাবে করতে থাকি, the spring will get loose. আমরা বলি যে স্প্রিংটা লুজ হয়ে গেছে, তাই না? স্প্রিংটা আর আগের মতো কাজ করে না, ঠিক না? আমরা অনেক সময় এটা ফিল করি না যে স্প্রিংটা যখন খুব বেশি টানাহেঁচড়া করে স্প্রিংটা লুজ হয়ে যায়, তাই না? So that case is for liquid. So when you supply the enough amount of heat energy, and that one is used by these molecules to convert into kinetic energy and to increase the vibration, then what happens? The spring between them gets loose. Now what is the spring? The spring is intermolecular force. এই যে স্প্রিং দিয়ে তো আমরা ইন্টারমলিকুলার ফোর্সের নেচারটা বুঝতেছিলাম, তাই না? তো এই স্প্রিংটা এখন উইক হয়ে যাবে, তো তখন কি হবে, একটু লুজ হয়ে যাবে না, তখন এদের মধ্যে যে অ্যাট্রাকশন বা রিপালশন ফোর্সটা এত স্ট্রং থাকবে না। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য সিচুয়েশন অফ লিকুইড। আমরা জানি লিকুইডের মলিকুলের ভিতরে কি থাকে না, অ্যাট্রাকশন বা রিপালশন ফোর্স সলিডের মতো এত স্ট্রং না, রাইট? আমরা তো এটা জানি, তাই না?
Yes.
Yes.
Then if you still continue to heat it, then what will happen? The
Yes.
will
আকাশে উড়ে যাবে।
right,
Gas হয়ে যাবে।
there will be no spring anymore. That means there are no intermolecular forces anymore, and it will turn into gas. No relation does the molecule have with each other. Okay, they will just be in random motion. They will go anywhere in they want. Okay, they will be in this random motion is called Brownian motion. Okay, Brownian motion. Brownian motion. It used to be a very important MCQ during our time, but in your book I didn't find it. Anyway, it's good to know, right? Okay, so the random motion of the gaseous molecules are known as Brownian motion. You cannot say that where it will go actually next. Okay, it is coming into contact with it is experiencing a collision with the wall or another molecule, it will change its direction. Okay, so random motions. So this is the situation for gas. The spring system is vanished. So did you understand the nature of this intermolecular force in solid, liquid, and gas?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir, we understood.
Okay, so in case of solid, what happens? Generally, the molecules stay at r0 distance. That means the distance in case of solid, the distance between the molecule is the equilibrium distance. Okay, this r0, this distance is called equilibrium distance. So in case of solid, it is like that. But when you supply the heat energy, they will start to oscillate, and the intermolecular force will get weakened. Okay, দুর্বল হয়ে যাবে। আজান দিচ্ছে, আমরা 1 মিনিটের একটা গ্যাপ নিই। Okay, so what I was saying, I was talking about intermolecular force. Finished, right? Equilibrium distance in solid, they remain at equilibrium distance, and in case of liquid, you know, they get farther away from each other, so they are not at equilibrium distance anymore. Okay, so whatever I have discussed, it is written in article 7.1, the intermolecular forces of matter. Okay, and 7.2, that is 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, kindly go through these paragraphs. Okay, and now I'll be discussing about 7.3 article, that is bonds of matter. Okay, so inside different matter, different type of bonding is there. Now this is actually will be easier for you to understand because you have already studied these bonds in chemistry. Okay, in SSC chemistry. I know you are familiar with ionic bond, covalent bond, aren't you? You are familiar with these names, right? And concepts.
Yes.
Okay, so ionic bond, the first one. Ionic bond is between ions, right? Positive ion and negative ion. Okay, we know that the opposite ions attract each other, so they form a bond which is called ionic bond, and ionic bond is the strongest. Okay, it is the strongest. The best example that we used to study, you know that I'm not very good at chemistry actually, but you know, this concept is easier to understand, so I will try to, you know, I will dare to explain it a little bit. We know that sodium chloride, okay, sodium chloride, that is the salt that we eat. Okay, that is used for cooking, that is sodium chloride. Now how the bond is formed? The bond between them is ionic bond. Now how it is formed, let us try to take a look at it.
Sodium.
Sodium, what is the atomic number of sodium? Can anybody tell me?
23.
Sir, 11.
11. The atomic number of sodium is 11. So how that means 11 electrons are there, right? 11 electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So how are they arranged? They are arranged in the first energy level, 2 electrons are there, 1 and 2. In the second energy level, 8 electrons are there. Right? 2, 2, 2, 2, total 8 electrons. How many left? 1 electron left. So in the third energy layer, only 1 electron is there, right? So this is the case of sodium. Now
Sodium.
take a look at chlorine. What is the atomic number of chlorine?
17.
17.
17. So chlorine, in the first energy level, it will have 2. In the second energy level, it will have 8. And in the third energy level, it will have 7. I hope you know that the maximum number of electron taking capability for each energy level, right? 2, 8,
Yes.
8, 18, something like that, right? Okay, I forgot the full.
Yeah.
Okay. So at first energy level, there will be 2. In the second energy level, there is going to be 8. And in the third energy level, there is going to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Okay. Now we know that every element has a tendency to become inert gas, like the inert gases. Who are the inert gases? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, right? Okay. So they are inert gas. They are aristocrat, in human being, some families are aristocrat family. So within the elements, they are the aristocrat one. Okay, they actually have, what is the atomic number of helium? That is 2. He is complete. The first energy level is complete. Okay, so he doesn't actually want to participate in any kind of reaction. It doesn't matter you put helium into any reaction, he will not react. He is inert. He doesn't want to come into contact with any other one because he is complete. He has what he needs. Then neon has atomic number of 10. So the electron distribution is 2,8. Okay. First energy level complete. Second energy level complete. So he also doesn't need to get into in any reaction with anyone else. Okay. So that is why argon is similar 18, 2,8, 8. Okay. So every other element, like every other human being, they have a tendency to become a aristocrat family. They have a tendency to become a member of the aristocrat family. So all other elements also want to become like them. Okay. Now sodium, it has an electron configuration of 281. Which one is the nearest one for
One.
Neon.
neon, right?
Oh.
Some might say, sir, argon is also there. তোমরা একটু চিন্তা করলে দেখো, ও যদি এই একটা ইলেকট্রন কোন রকম ছেড়ে দিতে পারে, তাইলে ও 2,8 হয়ে নিয়ন হয়ে যেতে পারবে। But if he wants to become argon, he needs 7 more electrons to achieve, right? So which one is easier, to give up 1 electron or to achieve 7 electron?
To give 1 electron.
Give 1 electron.
So that is what he will try to do. He will try to talk to other elements, and he will ask other elements that, do you need 1 electron, do you need one electron? He's trying to give it, right? So that he can become like neon. Okay, so here we have sodium who wants to give 1 electron. Now let us take a look at chlorine. Okay, chlorine is 287, close to argon, right? Electron configuration is close to argon. Chlorine, if somehow he can achieve 1 electron, he can become like argon, and he will also become a member of the aristocrat family, right? So when sodium and chlorine, they come into contact with each other, they are just perfect couple. They are perfect for each other because sodium needs to give something and chlorine needs the exactly same thing which sodium needs to give, right? So they will get into contact with each other, and sodium will give that electron to chlorine, and they will form a bond together. Okay, how? See, sodium is giving 1 electron, so it will become Na plus. Normally in this situation, 11 proton and 11 electrons are there, so it is neutral. But as soon as it gives 1 electron, it will become sodium plus, because নেগেটিভ একটা ইলেকট্রন চলে গেছে, তাইলে একটা প্রোটন এখন এক্সট্রা রয়ে গেছে, তাই না? And what happens to chlorine? Chlorine receives that electron and becomes chlorine minus, right? So you see, chlorine was neutral, equal number of electron, equal number of proton. Now he gets one electron, so it will become negatively charged because extra electron is there, right? So these two ion, we can see that we have a positive ion and a negative ion, sodium plus and chlorine minus, right? So sodium plus and chlorine minus, together they will form ionic bond. Okay, together they will form sodium chloride, that is the salt that we eat. Okay, so the bond that is formed between them is due to the attraction between the ions, and that's why it is named as ionic bond. Anybody have any doubt?
No.
Okay, so so this is what you have to know actually about ionic bond. Not actually much details, we will not go into details, okay? Because if you take a look, okay, there are 4 bonds that they have talked about here, and each consists, you know, 1 or 2 paragraph and a figure. There is no detailed explanation, no equations written. This actually I showed you so that you understand what is actually going on. Okay, these things are actually known to you, right? You already know these things, correct? এসএসসি কেমিস্ট্রি ছিল মনে হয়। আচ্ছা, তো এরপর কোভ্যালেন্ট বন্ড, এটা হচ্ছে আরেকটা মেজর বন্ড। এরপরে মেটালিক বন্ড আর ভ্যান ডার ওয়াল বন্ড, এগুলো আসলে খুবই উইক বন্ড, এগুলোর ব্যাপারে আমরা খুব একটা ডিসকাস করব না, মানে তেমন ইকুয়েশনও নাই যেগুলো নিয়ে ডিসকাস করা যাবে। তো কোভ্যালেন্ট বন্ডটা একটু ডিসকাস করি, আর মেটালিক বন্ড আর ভ্যান ডার ওয়াল বন্ড এগুলো একটু তোমরা বাসায় পড়ে নিবা। Okay, then from the next class inshallah we will start elasticity. So let us start. The last topic that we are going to discuss today is covalent bond. Okay, covalent bond is more like sharing business. Okay,
Yes.
sharing business, they share with each other. Now the best example we can think about is hydrogen. Okay, we know that the atomic number of hydrogen is 1, right? So only 1 electron is there, which is revolving around the nucleus of the hydrogen atom, hydrogen nucleus. Okay, so another hydrogen atom, it has also 1 electron. Okay, now if you take a look at the inert gases, we know that every element want to be like them. So if you take a look at inert gases, you will see the closest to hydrogen is helium, right? Okay, hydrogen has 1 atom, helium 1 electron, helium has 2 electron. So somehow if one hydrogen atom can achieve 1 electron, then what will happen? He will become like helium, right? Okay, hydrogen atom can become like helium. So when these two molecule actually when these 2 atoms will come closer to each other, they will see that I have 1 atom but I need another one. Now he also says that yes, I have also 1 atom and I also need another one. Okay, so here nobody can give. Okay, he cannot give his only 1 electron solely. Okay, একদম সবকিছু ত্যাগ করে দিয়ে দিতে পারবে না, ও এটা ত্যাগ করে দিয়ে দিতে পারবে না, বাট ওরা তখন একটা সমঝোতায় আসবে। ঠিক আছে, ওরা একটা কন্ট্রাক্টে আসবে, ওকে চলো আমরা দোনোটা ইলেকট্রন দোনোজন মিলে শেয়ার করি। এটা অনেক সময় এরকম হয় না, যে মনে করো আমার কাছে একটা ব্যাট আছে, আমার ফ্রেন্ডের কাছে একটা বল আছে, এখন আমি আমার ব্যাটটা ওকে দিয়ে দিতে পারবো না, ও বলটা আমাকে দিয়ে দিতে পারবে না। তো আমরা কি করলাম, দোনোজন মিলে ব্যাট আর বলটা শেয়ার করলাম। ঠিক আছে, তো ঘটনাটা অনেকটা এরকম। তো তখন ওরা কি করবে, একসাথে এসে একটা বন্ড ফর্ম করবে, যেখানে এই যে দোনোটা ইলেকট্রন ওরা দোনোজন শেয়ার করতে পারবে। ঠিক আছে, তো এই যে শেয়ারিং যে বিজনেস, এটাই হচ্ছে এই যে বন্ডটা ফর্ম হলো এখানে শেয়ারিং এর মাধ্যমে, সেই বন্ডটার নাম হচ্ছে কোভ্যালেন্ট বন্ড। দিস ইজ উইকার দ্যান আয়নিক বন্ড। ওকে, আন্ডারস্টুড?
Yes.
আচ্ছা, ওকে। So I request you to go through the metallic bond and van der Waals bond. Okay, and if you have any doubt, inshallah we can talk about it in the next class. I will also try to forward you some videos depending on the, about this bondings. Okay, these are not actually the main concept of this chapter, but these are the prerequisite, okay, to understand the future topics. Okay, so the next topic that we have is elasticity. Okay, elastic properties of matter and intermolecular forces. I hope you will understand because you already understood the spring theory, and you have already studied the stress and strain, Hooke's law, remember, in which chapter? Effect of heat on matter. Okay, in this chapter
Pressure
actually,
chapter.
huh?
Pressure chapter এ পড়ছিলাম না?
Pressure. Oh, হ্যাঁ, state of matter and pressure.
Buoyancy.
State of heat না, right, state of matter and pressure. তো এইগুলা তোমরা মোটামুটি পারো, ঠিক আছে? সো এই কারণে আমি তোমাদেরকে যেটা রিকোয়েস্ট করব, দেখো টপিক 7.7, ওকে, হুকস ল, এতটুকু পর্যন্ত তোমরা একটু পড়ে ফেলবা। মানে হুকস লর যে প্যারাগ্রাফটা এটাও পড়বো। ওকে, আমি তোমাদেরকে বোঝানো শুরু করব ফ্রম স্ট্রেস ভার্সেস স্ট্রেন কার্ভ। ওকে, এটা সামথিং নিউ তোমাদের জন্য। তো এতটুকু পর্যন্ত পড়বা, আর যদি কোনো ডাউট থাকে প্লিজ আমাকে নেক্সট ক্লাসের আগে মেসেজ করে রাখবা যে স্যার আমাদের এই লাইনগুলো, এই ইকুয়েশনগুলো ডাউট। ওকে, সো দ্যাট আই ক্যান স্টার্ট ডিসকাসিং অ্যাবাউট দেম at the beginning of the next class. Okay, if you do not forward me any message, I will not discuss anything. Okay, I will understand that you have understood whatever it is written. Okay, so I will be waiting for your questions so that I can discuss. Thank you very much for joining. Before we end the class, anybody wants to ask any doubt?
No.
No.
Easy topics, right? Okay, inshallah this chapter is easy. Inshallah we will get to see. Thank you very much for joining. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.